Hey everybody, welcome back to Northernlion Plays. Oxygen not included. I have to make like almost a New Year's resolution. I'm gonna keep the backlog small. This is the third video recorded. It's after, it's before any of them have gone to YouTube. This is the last one. It's almost like, because I'm a millennial, I'm gonna shirk all expectation and responsibility for myself. It's the game's fault for being so dang addictive and for everything going relatively well right now that I find myself being like, I could probably sneak in one more. It's a bad habit. So this is gonna be the last one for now. That's a seed, is it not? Or is that the meat? That's the food right there. I can't remember. I want it to be a seed so that we can continue growing our greenhouse down here, which we're growing piecemeal instead of like doing all at once, and I think it's much better that we're doing it that way this time. So our copper order is coming in here. We're gonna need all this copper. Thank you for building the tile before destroying the copper so that we're not actually in like a dangerous spot here. And as long as the oxygen is still being produced here, I'm a happy camper. As long as there's still enough power to produce that oxygen, I'm thrilled with the way this is going. What I want to do is essentially go out on like what it basically amounts to an expedition here. We're going to get a bunch of copper, and then we're going to go back to our base. And we're not going to need copper again for at least a little while. But again, it might be a more than one day sort of thing. I'm noticing now by the way that we've done this, you're also going to need to tile all of this. Which is fine, because it gives us more coal and copper. And we are going to want that coal. In fact, probably like sooner rather than later, we're going to want that coal. And I think we're just going to leave this open up here. It is bad because, again, the oxygen is going to flow straight out of, like, the top of the base. Insufficient oxygen generation. How have we consumed this much oxygen? It just doesn't seem right. Either way, we got 5,000 kilos of copper right now. 4,500 kilos of copper. That's really, really, really good. I would prefer if we were still, like, I'm a little concerned about why we're producing or consuming twice as much oxygen today, but I think it might be just an aberration based on the fact that we cracked into this and a bunch of oxygen maybe left the system. Maybe it doesn't mean that that much oxygen was consumed. Maybe it means that that much oxygen left our base somehow. I honestly don't know, but it seems potentially plausible. So the other thing I'll say is, while we're here, why not pick up even a little bit more copper? Because we can. Now the sweep order here is going to be a friggin' nightmare. Food is decayed. I don't like seeing that. Was it the meat that was supposedly unrefrigerated? It was right outside. Oh, no, you know what? A ration box is not refrigerated, so that's actually totally fair. Good, okay. So we got this stuff. This needs to be swept, no question. A lot of our oxygen is going to filter up here, and I'm not a huge fan of that. Research is being done. I like to see that. The priority on this build is a 5. We need it to be a 9 so we can start building tools, or tiles, really, rather, for better gas management. But as long as our duplicants are able to breathe right now, I'm not too worried about the state of gas in our colony. Like maybe priority 8. I'm just worried about the sand degrading and costing us some productivity there to begin with. And if you don't mind, if we could put another priority 8 right here. Just kind of irritating me that some of our base is still stuck like that. And then as soon as we get our next level of research into pressure management done, which should be happening shortly, I'm gonna need you to sweep these up, please, with a priority 9. I'm gonna need you to sweep, yeah. Because I would really, really like them to not go to waste. That's a lot of our food for the next couple of days. Then we can build an airlock here. We want to keep, as far as I'm concerned, we want to keep our base hermetically sealed. So if we can get that research done ASAP, I'll be very happy. Let's take a quick cursory glance. Oxygen seems okay for now. Power doesn't matter yet, although we should look. We got 400 watts, and we're using 180. No, we're using 360. Well, basically, we can't run everything. for very long if we have everything going at once. So if we're using our microbe musher, we should endeavor not to. If we're using our microbe musher, it creates a situation in which we're not generating as much power as we're using. And we would like to make sure that we are generating as much power as we're using for obvious reasons. I realize now, priority 9 that. Trying to get better about using more priorities. But we probably should have priority 8'd it so that we actually had someone doing research. And we're still doing very poorly on oxygen today, so we might want to hook up a second algae deoxidizer. But I'm kind of hopeful that once we get our base set up properly, we won't need to do that. Alright. And again, we're making a sacrifice right now. We're taking a lot of time to get all this copper. But in doing this, we won't need to piecemeal mine for copper every time it shows up. And now I hate to say it, but like, we also now need to do this. I'm trying to do this as quickly as possible. It doesn't need to be a priority 8, but we do need to dig this out, just so we're actually able to access all this stuff. But it doesn't need to happen right away. You also didn't need to do that right away, but that's fine. You're gonna do it anyway, huh? Is somebody researching? Nobody's researching yet. Somebody's researching. Okay, we're good to go. Now I feel better. Our food still has not been swept up. Would really like that to happen instantly. Unless, do those only go into... If they only go into storage containers, it should still be done. Even the bug is like, come on, get the stuff, dude. Okay, you got other things on the go first. I know he's done it, you know, he got dirt, okay. He filled up the microbe musher. What are you doing next? You're going to the bathroom. I accept it. You got a little bit more work to do, please. Maybe it's because this isn't done yet, but like, what are you doing with the... Do the mush bars just not even go? You can't use any of this machine for 10 seconds before you have to go to the freaking toilet? Just sweep up the mush bars, man. Compost. Do not compost them. I'm just asking you, like, as a friend, can you not leave the dirt or the food just on the ground, please? You will also have noticed we've just gotten 2 extra seeds. This makes me very happy. These are priority 9s, as is the sweep. So I really want no food left on the ground, please. That is a huge waste of your time to do that, but as long as you sweep it up, I'm a happy boy. Picked up 1 mealwood seed, dropped it off there. So you don't need to pick up the seed because we're just going to build the planter box anyway, but... And research has now been complete. Alright, we're going to get another seed right here. I can feel it. And we got a nice little greenhouse working out for ourselves here. I guess the trick is we don't want it to get so busy that we don't... like, we spend all of our time farming way more food than we'll ever need. I mean, it could be worse, I suppose. Now, manual airlock right here. Still gives us access to the copper that we had before, but it prevents all of the oxygen from being sucked out of our base. And we probably, because this is polluted air, right? Yeah. We probably want to put a manual airlock right here. There's a more efficient way to do this, for sure, but we want to tile off all of our polluted oxygen, which is essentially these right here. I mean, these... Really, I feel like they should be priority. Oh god, what have you done? Oh god, oh god! I don't know what happened there, but you should... Priority 9, I think... We're still doing so poor on oxygen generation, huh? Yesterday we lost 50 kilos. That's just actually horrible. Still very breathable. We should build a larger bedroom. I was kind of waiting until we got art, but I think we're at a position in our base right now where once we get this set up, you know, we have enough copper, and even more so than that, we have enough time to justify the creation of a larger barracks that is a little better, and keep this as a hallway instead of whatever kind of nightmare we've made it right now. But get the airlocks done first, for sure. Are you just... you don't have any algae. Now you have algae. And we'll see if maybe we're generating enough oxygen now. I don't know. And we do probably still need to keep making some mush loaf. We got 8,000 calories, but it's gonna go bad, dude. Like, why will you not accept... I bet I didn't have you set to accept it. That's my guess. Let me cancel this order, and then issue another one. Yeah, I imagine that's what happened. Even just for, like, organization's sake, I'm happier with that. Okay, so let the base run for a day. Let's remind ourselves of what research we've done recently, because I don't think I'm going to do any just yet. We do want airflow tiles, so that's probably something we should build after we get a bedroom going. And then we'll also get sanitation. But sanitation is going to require more power. We can get away with that for now by probably putting more batteries in, but I imagine it's getting a little hot in there. Yeah, so it's getting warm. It's getting warm in that room. We might want to make sure that it's tiled up. And maybe even airlocked. But then it's going to get even hotter, I guess, now that I think about it. But it won't escape to the rest of the base, which would be good. Alright, where would we want a barracks to be? To me, it seems like we might want our barracks to be, like, right here. It's not high up. And we really want it to be high up so that carbon dioxide can fall down from it. But I also don't want to lose out on these resources that are right here, right now. Because that is the only place I want to be. For now, one thing we could do is put essentially an airflow tile in every room. I know the OCD is not going to be nice to that one, but just at least allow a little of the CO2 to kind of filter down, right? Just get that started, and then we'll see how things go. Because, I mean, wait. Why, you're doing research right now because I assigned research. I actually thought to myself, why are you doing research right now? I thought I was a smart guy. It turns out I am an idiot in hiding. But getting the airflow tiles in place here before we build our bedroom might be a smart idea. That way, we're actually having our gas kind of being done here. Or being... Our gas management, I should say, being handled before we build out. And we could just build a barracks literally right here. Tile it. Make it larger. They got a long way to go to get... to wake up in the morning. And get to where they need to go, I suppose. But, I'm sort of not against it. And we would also have to disable this, but... sure. Let's start with... let's do the basics first. We'll tile it up. This should definitely be an airflow tile. And they're going to have a bedroom in the attic. Lucky! That's what I always wanted when I was a youngster. The attic bedroom. I had an attic bedroom when I was in college. I'm not gonna say it's like not as cool as it sounds, but you know, by that age I was more like, sick, I got my own room. It wasn't as big of a deal, I suppose, in that situation. So the idea is we'll build a barracks, and then this is gonna serve as a bedroom for all of our duplicants. We have a couple of prerequisites, you know, oxygen being rich, carbon dioxide not really existing. These are pretty important. We also wanted to have high ceilings. Excuse me? Why? Why, God? We wanted to have high ceilings, because... I need you to mop this with a priority 9, please. We want to be able to put art on it so that when they're in the room... they are happy. It's going to be good for stress to do that. And I also am going to need you to do a priority 9 sweep on that urine. I don't know why Josh has such a problem with the bathroom. Hilarious. Now you've left me in a very awkward spot, haven't you? You know what? The outhouse actually has to be a priority 9, because we're creating all sorts of germs, all sorts of polluted water. We're causing real problems. So fix the toilet before you do anything else. I kind of thought, and this is my own fault, but I kind of thought that was a prerequisite. Like, I kind of thought they were already going to fix the toilet before they did anything else. But I guess if the toilet's a priority 5 and the research is a priority 9, then they're always going to go for the... Yep, there I go. They're always going to go for the research first. So this was just very stupid. And it's going to be like mad germy pretty soon. So yeah, we're going to spend a day or so dealing with this whole urine-related problem. Get the toilet fixed. That's like by far the most important part here. I know nobody's going to be happy with it. We're all going to be stressed out here. And that reminds me, we're probably due to be making a, massage room, which worked out very well for us last time, if I may say so myself. So we got some plumbing now. We can move water around. We don't have the high-level sanitation, but research is being done. Now that the toilet functions, hopefully that's better. And once we get this toilet, once we get the next level of toilet, we can just have a toilet that works all the time. I know it sounds like an incredible improvement in quality of life. I think it's because it is. There's no slime down here, right? Like, we're not accidentally germifying the whole place. It's surprisingly not as germy as I thought. Now, everybody is a little bit coated in germs to begin with here. That's more because of the whole urine situation. So I'm not really fundamentally that surprised. If it takes you a day or two to get back into the swing of things, it takes you a day or two to get back into the swing of things. I'm okay with it, is what I'm trying to say. We're doing fine on food. I don't know. Food has been much easier this time. You can be as negative as you want. Is this just regular water? Sweep it up. You can be as negative as you want about me playing Oxygen Not Included, and a lot of it's going to be deserved, but I really feel like today we've done, or on this episode I should say, we've done, or in this colony I should say, we've really done a good job of handling food production. So this is going to be the walls of the barracks, and it's going to be way too large. And we're going to put an airlock here. But maybe making it too large to start with is okay. I also think maybe we could, like, cut the barracks, like, here, and put a massage room in or something as is necessary, but this is good for now, I think. And we might have to deconstruct some of these, but I think that they'll figure it out, is my guess. We should not, and this is a bad habit, these should not be priority 9s, these should be priority 8s. That's a good habit to get into. Always handle the toilet before you do priority 9s. There's probably a few things you should handle. Toilet, sweeping jobs, like, again, I wish there was like an auto harvest that worked a little better. Is there an auto harvest? Disable auto harvest. No, you should definitely auto harvest. We also probably want to, for now, put a storage compactor. And we want that storage, this should be a priority 9. But we want the storage compactor to hold everything, because we're going to be doing a big sweeping job right here. And I'll wait until construction's done before I do all the sweeping. That seems like it would be a rookie mistake not to. So we'll start with, like, deconstruct orders. And then we'll still need a ladder that goes, like, there. But we'll fix it in a second. It's going to be fine. I am happy with the way this is going. Stress is still high. I mean, I imagine it's a little grimy. Light wounds, grimy. Cannot reach bed. How so? I guess because he was trapped up there. That seems like, honestly, a pretty genuinely good reason to be angry. Stress has been worse in this colony. We've just finished research into sanitation. So I think we'll get the barracks done, and then we'll focus on retrofitting our bathroom to be better. The less we have to deal with this, like, straight-up garbage, outhouse, the happier I am. We're probably, if I'm being straight up with you, probably making way too much space up here. But space is pretty easy to come by. I mean, zooming out here, like... Ooh, we got some unknown stuff right there. You know, there's a lot of stuff, I guess, is what I'm trying to get at. Look at this copper city over here. Iron ore. How are we doing on coal? Pretty badly. And how did we do today in general? Lost some oxygen, lost some calories, but largely, I think, it looks pretty good. All I want to do in this next, 10 minutes or so is get the barracks done. I think if we're able to get the barracks done... Oh, what else did we get here? Mesh tiles, that's right. I think if we're able to get the barracks done, we're going to be pretty happy with the way our colony looks as we head into our next section. I do need you to build the airlock. And I'll admit, maybe we're not producing enough oxygen anymore. We probably want to research power management next, even though I think everything's going relatively okay for the time being. Like, 3 duplicants is easy mode, I didn't realize. Building lacks resources. Supercomputer. Missing water, probably. But this thing's still doing fine on water. We got a nice water source right here as well, that I'm very much looking forward to. Okay, so the next step up here, you might think it's a little overly anal, but I think it is valuable. Sweep all this up. We don't need food quite yet. We will at some point. You know, maybe there's food up here somewhere. Just sweep it, dude. Sweep it at a priority 9. I hate seeing that error message. You know, I've been reading this book on how to code defensively, and it really made me think, actually. It said, you know, this is irrelevant, but I'm going to make it agnostic to whatever medium you're in. You know, when you code, you usually code in something called an IDE. Sometimes that code gets compiled, and your compiler is 10 times smarter than you are. It'll tell you if there's things wrong or things that could be red flags in the future. And usually, the tendency is to think you're a little bit smarter than the compiler. You see a warning, not an error, but a warning, and you go, I don't need to worry about that. But this thing said, you know, you should really keep all of your warnings on and fix them as soon as you get them, because it's easier to fix them as soon as you get them than it is to wait until, you know, something causes a problem later down the line and solve it then. So I by the way, I don't know why these guys are taking all of their stuff all the way down here. That seems stupid, but let's throw sweep only on there as well and see if it fixes it. I wouldn't expect it to, but if it saves us a little time for the time being, no, okay. So you're really gonna spend all day carrying this stuff downstairs, huh? I mean, I guess I understand why you would want to fill one up before you go on to the next one, but I think that is a silly move. Once they fill it up, it's gonna be fine, but for now, it's mega annoying. But one day it's gonna be done. Anyway, I think in the meantime, we actually are gonna make another research option here. We're gonna go for interior decor, which is the precursor to being able to make sculptures and paintings. So if you look at our decor right now, just garbage, just absolutely horrible everywhere. So that's gonna contribute to stress a little bit. Oxygen is still very nice, actually. Temperature seems good for now. Germs? Fairly solid. Once we get the barracks done, again, our next priority is probably getting a real bathroom done as soon as possible. And again, these sweeps should be priority 8. Because this is a priority 9. Making sure that we actually have power to run the oxygen generator. Even if we're good on oxygen right now, it's more important that we're able to breathe for the future. Oh, here we go. Finally. Look at how much faster this is. Like, you're actually getting things done because you're using this one, now that that one's full. Now, we could have done that. With a little bit of finicking, we could have set that up ourselves, but For now, that's fine. Okay, you spent a whole day sweeping. You know what? In the end, if that's what you feel like you needed to do, then that's what you feel like you needed to do. We're gonna issue some priority 7 builds. We just got new. Ooh, that's right. We got the sink, the metabed, furniture. We're gonna build 3 cots. What is this made of? Obsidian. Effect. Some of them do have better decor stats. Like granite gives you a decor plus 20. I don't think we need abyssalite, which has an insulator and slow heating. I think we want to use maybe granite. We don't have a ton of it, but the decor effect is better. So I think it's worth doing. And we're just going to spread them out by 1 so they're not breathing on each other all the time. And we're going to prioritize that at an 8. As well as everything else. We're also going to get the last sweeping done here. Kilocalories going down a little bit, but we should have several harvests ready to go today. Just going to leave that mush bar sitting on the ground, huh? See, like, this is a 9. And it takes as long as it takes here. No, you're still taking the copper down. It's probably because I imagine, like, most of the copper is stored in this one, so it wants to keep, like, resources close together. So maybe we'll end up reaping the benefit of that on the back end, but I'm very skeptical, to be honest with you. It seems like a huge waste of time. And again, will give me a priority 8 harvest, please. Thank you. And if we get more seeds, which I imagine we will at some point here, we're going to have some problems to deal with, and we just got one. Maybe 2, actually. Yeah, we did get 2. Problems is not the right word. We should look at it as opportunities, because now we want to build a larger greenhouse. I mean, first off, we probably, just for organization's sake, something like that. I don't think we need to airlock this. I think it's a bit of a waste of copper. It's going to look horribly disorganized. But that'll at least allow us to start making our next greenhouse sort of setup. And we please deliver. This thing also needs to be a priority 8, if not 9. Because it needs to be pumping so that we don't end up with unbreathable, you know, atmosphere around us. Anyway, what did I put these cots at? They should be a priority 8. That's fair. And once the cots are done, we'll disable, or rather disassemble these cots up here. And they're so close to being done. But I'm sadly, like, weirdly still skeptical that they're going to get it done because of all these sweeping orders. So you know what? Cancel those. It's kind of a waste of our time right now. We really do want to get the bathroom set up, because the bathroom is going to be a lot of work. It also requires the creation of... Oh, by the way, it's not breathable in here? So maybe we'll wait it... Yeah, of course it's not breathable in here. Idiot. This should be regular tile. No, this is dumb now. Because it's like, it's all carbon dioxide coming out of here. So it should be regular tile. And then we could make 2 airflow tiles at a kind of a great cost, but... And those are genuine priority 9s, because we want them to... They don't have to sleep there tonight if everything's working out well for them at the time being, but we would like them to sleep there, you know, before things become too bad. And we'll just see if, like, the oxygen starts to work itself out here a little bit. This is going to be our next greenhouse. And again, I think you do probably wish to prioritize food. Oh, there's another seed in there. You do wish to prioritize food in all likelihood before you prioritize cleanliness. Even though they're both undeniably pretty important. And they're not going to finish it today. So today's episode, I'm gonna probably extend a little bit longer. We're just going to wait for, hopefully, the air to kind of, like, filter up here a little bit. I recognize, by the way, at this point, we definitely do not need this airlock. This should just be a pneumatic door, and it can save us a little copper. So I think we should never, and this is quite a change of pace for me, I think we should never use priority 9 for the time being. We should use priority 9 only to create, we got 4 seats. Only to create a sense of urgency on necessary chores like emptying the toilet, running on the generator, etc., etc. Priority 8 should be all urgent a la carte jobs. Priority 9 is exclusively base critical stuff. That seems to me to be the most productive use of our time. So I'm going to probably run one more in-game day. I don't know why I was eating instead of sleeping, but... In fact, I think we should just... go pneumatic. Okay, we gotta deconstruct. And that's a priority. You gotta stick to it as a priority 8. You said it was a priority 8, now confirm it as a priority 8. Now again, if we make everything a priority 8, nothing's a priority 8. I'll level with you there. We did make some priority 7s, and they got done. This is just for aesthetic purposes, but... it's slowly starting to become breathable. You can see this blue wave working its way over. It's gonna take time. Mostly because we set it up, like, very stupidly. We have 6 seeds now, so, I mean, it will continue to make some more, planter boxes. I think it only benefits us for the time being. To make more planter boxes. So we'll start, mealwood. Mealwood. A little mealwood. And I think we'll put some mealwood here. What is blossom, though? Well, I guess we'll see when we get our next session. I just want to make sure it's not, like, exclusively... oh my god, we got the bug trapped in here. That might be good. It's great for decor, right? Germs are looking okay. It's good for decor. It's good for decor. It is great for decor. That's wonderful news. Hopefully, I mean, they don't get disturbed sleep regardless, but still. Hopefully it doesn't annoy him too much. Blossom. Plant produces edible bristleberries, but it's much harder to grow. I remember. They only grow in 23-degree temperatures. And are under 23-degree temperatures. And it's there for now, but that could change, depending on how things work out in the base here. Breathability is getting way up there. It says breathable, but I would really like it to be more than breathable. I'm worried that, you know, we don't have tile close to the... where we would actually like the carbon dioxide to go. Yeah, what's the problem? You need illumination. Okay, in which case you're going to be uprooted. Please do me a favor and sweep up the freaking food. It kills me. Every time. When you don't sweep up the food... it makes me very upset. The food just decayed as a result of the fact that you didn't sweep it. Plants have died. That's because we killed them. We don't have any more seeds. That's fine. We're gonna get more. We might not need any more plants than this. Alright, well, it's almost the end of today. I think we should, and these can be priority 9s for now. Disassemble, disassemble, disassemble. And then we'll say Josh, Ryan... Kate's. And there you go. Much bigger bedroom. Room for some paintings. And I think we got the start of a nice little base going here. What happens in our next episode? Definitely, we're going to scale up in the next recording session, without a doubt. So what that means is we're going to need a lot more... we're going to need water. Oh my god, that's taking forever. We're going to need water... to be pumped to power the irrigation for our bathroom, which is going to make our germ setup much nicer. In order for that, we're going to need more power, which means we might need to build a coal generator, which means we'll need to clear space, which, you know, you're starting to get the idea here. But for now, I gotta admit, I feel like I'm leaving this base in a good position. After 3 episodes, we've got a lot of space. I see a lot of light blue. We've got a sizable barracks. We have space for another duplicant should we need them. We've got a farm. And I'm feeling pretty solid about this. I don't know why I'm so, like, late to bed, late to rise. Either way. How did we do yesterday? We added 62 kilos of oxygen. That seems fantastic. For now, thanks for watching. I hope you guys have enjoyed the episode. I look forward to reading your comments and tailoring my colony to be a little bit better as we get moving. But for now, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed it, click the like button. Helps out a great deal. Of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. For now, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.